My name is Yotesh and I'm a sophomore at Parsippany High School. Our team is Redbots and we're from the Parsippany High School Team 12116, the FDC. Our team's philosophy is no greatness without goodness. We spread STEM and FD first ideals. We work as a team, use the help of others to constantly be learning, become better versions of ourselves, both in robotics and in outside world.
Hello, my name is Arjun. I'm a sophomore as well. I've been part of the team for 2 years. This year we have done several outreaches. First in the summer, where we had a team member go out himself to India. He connected with 2 schools in India. He was able to teach them about the basics of engineering and robotics. And recently we've had an online outreach to those same Indian schools about higher levels of robotics.
Hi, my name is Tej, and I'm a senior at Parsippany High School. I am the president of the Robotics Club, and it is my 6th year on the team. So I know how important our team organization is for our team and how important it is for our foundation. And we like to organize our team in 2 ways, one being our engineering notebook and one being review sessions. So let me tell you a little bit about our engineering notebook. It comprises of 50% of our conversation, so of our competition. So it is very important for us, and it also helps us stay organized. The function of it is to keep documents and notes of what we do during our meetings, such as writing down problems that we have with our robot and solutions and progress we have. And this really helps us out because if we have a problem with our current robot, we can always go back to previous meetings and see if we have any solutions there, and it has helped us a lot. And we also have review sessions. We have weekly meet. We meet 3 days a week, and we meet for 2 hours a day. And during these meetings, we like to take our time and brainstorm about what we want to do for the day, week, and even month. And we program CAD. We build our robot, and we mentor ourselves, of course, our team, but also our sister team and the robotics club that we teach.
Hi, I'm Otari. I'm a senior at PHS, and I've been on the team for 3 years, and this is the game plan. So basically, the game comprises of 3 different phases. The first phase being the autonomous phase, where the robot is basically coded to approach a cone and place it on top of one of the rods. The second phase is where we have designated drivers on our team to drive the robot around the field and basically score as many points as possible. And the third phase is the endgame phase, basically where different aspects of the field score more points, like placing the cones in a certain area or having the robot in a certain area. So when looking at the robots for this type of competition, we have 2 aspects that we mainly look for. We need speed and we need compactness. The compact nature of the robot really helps with maneuvering around the rods, and the speed obviously helps with the efficiency. And from our observations of the different competitions we've been to, there's 2 types of robots. There's type A robot, where basically the robot will go around the field, go wild, basically place as many cones on as many poles as possible. And the type B robot will only approach one pole, basically the tallest one preferably, because it scores the most amount of points. And it'll just mainly go for that one the entire game.
Alright, so for the fundraising for our club, we got a PEF grant this year. Through this grant, we were able to acquire a 3D printer, and then we were able to collect $800 in total from team member dues. And then we also applied to a mini grant for new parts for a robot.
This is Heyman, by the way.
Oh yeah. Alright, so we had 3 mentors this year. One of our mentors is Mr. Dudu. He's a software architect and a software developer. He was able to help him in coding the robot. And then we had Joshua and Dudu. He's a freshman in RPI studying computer science. He helps with programming and building the robot. And then we have Mr. Kokidre. He's the president of Spectrum Home Fashions. He helps build the robot too and gives insight worldwide.
We also have some more mentors not listed on the presentation, such as a math teacher at a school, Mr. Hill, and I believe one other mentor, I'm not sure of his name, that helped Dev out with the programming.
Alright, so we have a social media. We regularly post on social media platforms like Instagram and website. We connect and communicate with other FTC teams. And then we are able to share and view different robot designs through our Instagram. And follow us.
So this year we emphasize on design process, and we design the robot first in CAD, then we decide the parts we need and build it. Meanwhile, we also test and simulate the models to see if there will be any errors during competition. As you can see on the top right of the screen, we have our turret that we removed from our current robot because it wasn't stable enough. So now we are experimenting with different ways in the CAD to work around it and make it more stable. My name is Akshay, by the way.
Hi, my name is Dev. I'm a senior at PHS. I've been on the team for 2 years, and I'm the lead programmer. So programming is essential for robotics because without it, the robot just sits there and looks pretty. So few essentials for programming are taking sensor input to move the robot precisely along the field. Along with that, you need to program complicated movements such as strafing left and right and moving diagonal. Along with that, the code has to be reliable so that we can ensure that it works a high percentage of the time. And without it, you can't really do much. So in the 30-second autonomous phase in the beginning of the game, our robot uses sensor input to detect the color of a randomized signal on the sleeve, and that will tell us where to park. And then it'll use the drive encoders to move precise distances to park in the correct zone. And then after autonomous, there's a driver control period where I've programmed the controls to be easy for our drivers to use, so scoring is as easy as pressing a button on the controller.
Okay, my name is Vinayak. I'm a senior at PHS, and this is my 4th year on the team. I'm in charge of the building process for a robot. So over the year, we haven't been stagnant in our progress for building. We've been constantly upgrading our robot, trying to make it better, more efficient to use throughout the competitions to score more points. So one big change that we actually made this year was instead of using linear slides, we have Viper slides, which are on the right and also on the robot currently. They are faster and just better to use. We also have our rotating arm, the turret that Akshay was talking about, that will allow us to just rotate the arm on the slide and not have to rotate the entire robot, which saves us a ton of time throughout the competition. We also have our own 3D printed claw, which is also on the robot, and we designed this for ourselves, and we also 3D printed it ourselves. So we use all of these different mechanisms, and we keep upgrading everything so that our robot moves as smooth as possible.
Something that I want to add is how important the engineering design process is to us, because originally, before creating the slides, since we were prepared for the other meeting, we had a rotating arm, or a turret as we like to call it, on our robot. But after reworking the robot, we found out that taking out this arm is is beneficial to us, because we noticed that the arm likes to move a lot and we can't really stabilize it. So if we took that part off, we were more efficient. So that's an example of our problem. And our statistics is that currently we're 4th in the region, so that's very exciting. And our highest score was 138 points. And how FTC ranks our competitions is through our top 10 games. So currently we've played around 17, but they only take our top 10, and we're currently 10-0, so we're very proud of that.
Hello, I'm Gian. I'm the leader of TechHawks Robotics. I've been on the team for 2 years now, and I've just started becoming the leader this year. I just want to say how much of a growing experience robotics has been for me. It's given me an opportunity to be able to meet so many new students with many different potentials that I was able to help like unleash and direct into a robot. Even though we haven't done anything of note yet, I am confident that we'll be able to get there. So I'm the builder of our robot over there. And it's not the cleanest, but I'm confident that we'll. Thank you, thank you. I'm confident that we'll be able to figure out how to redesign it. With the help of my team, my programmers, my cadders, my fellow builder, we'll be able to improve from where we are right now.
Hi all, my name is Rayvon. I'm a freshman in Parsippany High School. So I'm currently helping Jean with building. So I just wanted to talk about my experience. So this is my first year even touching a robot. I learned a lot from G and Vinayak and the other team. So I feel like robotics actually helped me a lot. I was actually a quiet person, and when I joined the team, I started contacting with a lot of people. I asked them a lot of questions and stuff. So I think it was a good experience.
All right, so now let's get into actually driving the robots and show you what we can do during our competition. Our robot can do many things, such as move back and forwards, obviously, and left and right. But we can actually also move sideways because of the orientation of our wheels. And our competition this year requires us to move this claw mechanism. As you can see, I am opening and closing it. Move our arm up, and we take these cones and we place them on poles such as this to score points. And now I will see if I can get it because the pole is that. So during our competition, the poles won't be straight like this, so it's always very interesting to see how we can get our poles on the pole.